Hey there, adventurers. Today, we're going on a super cool trip to a mountain that's like a giant storybook. We're going to follow Brian and Myra as they go camping with their grandpa, and they'll learn all sorts of neat things about the mountain's past.
It's amazing, how this mountain has been around for ages and ages. Even before Brian and Myra's grandparents were born, it's seen all kinds of people and animals come and go, and it's kept all their secrets safe this whole time.
Like a time capsule. Okay, so picture this. Brian and Myra and Grandpa are hiking up the mountain, enjoying the sunshine and the fresh air. And suddenly, Brian spots something really strange on a big rock.
He finds these mysterious carvings all over the rock, and he's like, whoa, what are these?
I bet he was super curious.
Oh, absolutely. Well, you see, those carvings are called petroglyphs. They're like ancient drawings made by the very first people who lived near the mountain way, way, way back in time.
Wow, that's so cool. Brian loves to draw, so I bet he was super excited to see these ancient pictures. What kind of things did they draw?
That's the best part. They carved pictures of animals, like deer and bears, and even birds. Can you imagine seeing those animals roaming around the mountain?
Wow, that'd be so cool.
They also drew people, hunting and dancing. It's like they left us little clues about their lives, frozen in time on those rocks.
So Brian found these petroglyphs, and he's probably wondering who made them and what they mean, right?
Yeah.
Luckily, his grandpa is a total mountain expert.
Oh, Grandpa knows a lot about the mountain's history. And he tells Brian and Myra that these petroglyphs are like a special code. By looking closely at the pictures and thinking about what they might mean, we can learn all sorts of things about the people who made them.
Like what they ate, and what they wore, and what was important to them.
Exactly. We can learn about their beliefs, their stories, and how they connected to nature. It's like those carvings are talking to us across time, whispering secrets about a world long gone.
That's amazing. It makes the mountain feel even more magical, like it's holding all these hidden stories just waiting to be discovered.
And the adventure doesn't stop there. As Brian, Myra, and Grandpa continue their hike, they stumble upon another piece of the mountain's history. But that's a story for later.
So Brian and Myra have seen those amazing petroglyphs and learned about the people who made them. What happens next on their mountain adventure?
Well, as they're hiking along, they come across something else really interesting. A big old wall made of stones, but it's all crumbled and falling apart.
Ooh, a mysterious old wall. I bet Brian and Myra were wondering who built it and why.
You got it. And Grandpa, being the mountain expert that he is, explains that this wasn't just any wall. It was part of a trading post.
Trading post.
Yeah, a trading post, like a special shop where people would come from all over to trade things with each other.
So it's like a swap meet. I trade you my toy car for your cool dinosaur.
Exactly. But instead of toys, the people who came to this trading post would trade things they needed to survive.
Like what?
Things like warm furs from animals they hunted, extra food they had grown or gathered, and tools they had made.
Wow, so the mountain was like a big meeting place where people could get everything they needed.
That's right. It was a bustling center of activity, with people coming and going, sharing stories, and news from their different villages. It must have been quite a sight to see. All those different people coming together to trade and connect with each other.
I can almost hear the chatter and laughter of all the people trading and bartering. I bet there were some delicious smells coming from their cooking fires too. But if it was such a busy place, why is the wall all broken down now?
Well, over time, the trading post stopped being used as much. People found other ways to get the things they needed. And the old stone wall slowly started to crumble. But even though the trading post is gone, its story still lives on in the mountain.
It's like the mountain is whispering secrets about all the people who came to trade there.
Exactly. And as Brian and Myra continue on their hike, they're about to discover yet another piece of the mountain's history, hidden away in a beautiful meadow.
Ooh, a meadow. What kind of secrets are waiting for them there? I guess we'll have to wait and find out. Brian and Myra have seen ancient drawings and the remains of an old trading post. What else does this mountain have in store for them?
Well, after their hike through the woods, they come to a beautiful meadow filled with colorful wildflowers, like stepping into a secret garden.
I bet it smelled amazing. All those different flowers blooming in the sunshine.
Oh, it was beautiful.
What did Grandpa tell them about this special place?
He explained that the meadow wasn't just a pretty place to look at. It was actually really important to the early settlers who lived on the mountain.
Oh.
Yeah. They would come here during the summer to gather plants and build temporary shelters.
So it was like a summer camp for the settlers.
That's a great way to put it. They knew exactly which plants were good for food, which ones could be used for medicine, and even which ones could make colorful dyes for their clothes.
Wow, they were like plant experts.
Mm.
It's amazing how much they knew about nature.
It is. They understood how to live in harmony with the mountain, taking only what they needed and making sure to protect the plants and animals.
It sounds like Brian and Myra learned so much from their grandpa on this camping trip. They discovered that the mountain is full of stories and secrets, just waiting to be uncovered.
And remember Brian's idea? That the mountain was like a book.
Yeah.
Well, he was right. Each layer of the mountain, from the petroglyphs to the trading post to the meadow, tells us something about the people who lived there before us.
It's like a giant puzzle. And each piece helps us understand the mountain's history a little bit better.
And the best part is that the story of the mountain is still being written. Every time someone hikes its trails, learns about its past, or simply appreciates its beauty, they're adding their own chapter to the story.
That means we can be part of the mountain's story too, just by visiting and learning about it.
Exactly. So next time you're out exploring, remember Brian and Myra's adventure. Look around and let your curiosity guide you. Who knows what amazing stories you might discover hidden in your own backyard.
That's all the time we have for today's Deep Dive Adventurers. Remember, the exploration doesn't end here. Keep those curious minds active and never stop exploring the amazing world around you. Until next time.